Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the third episode of the High Roll Podcast with me, Zion, VGC Senior from California. But today, I'm not alone, and I will not be alone for the rest of the series. In fact, I am joined by my very special new co-host. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, it's me. I was in the first episode of Francesco again.
And today, we're going over the Senior Division Milwaukee Regional Championships and the team that got first, fourth, and 8th at that tournament. With the people who created it, like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I am Ian Larson, the Milwaukee 2025 regional champion. I also won Portland in 2024 and EUIC this year.
And then other person who built the team. Would you like to introduce yourself, or are you still good?
Oh yeah. Hello. I'm Declan. You don't need to know my last name. It's not cool.
It's not.
And
cool.
I got 4th place at Milwaukee, and that's like the only cool thing I've done with like almost my entire career. So yeah, now I'm here.
Sick.
Ignoring the NAIC top 4.
That was a fluke.
I see.
Moving on.
No.
All right. Yes. So today we are here with this wonderfully crafted team for the senior metagame. Going into the Milwaukee Regional Championships, the brand new Regulation I format, and all of that. Would you guys like to speak about how this idea first kind of came up and how it started?
I mean, like, I'll go first. I mean, like, we were like originally this was like the week of it, or yeah, the week of Atlanta. The weekend of Atlanta, we were like, okay, we need to get a good restricted pair, and we've gone through like CSR, Zama. We'd gone through Zama, Maridon, and nothing had felt good. So like we tried random stuff like CSR Zacian and like CSR Maridon, and then we were like, hey, CSR Crydon doesn't seem that bad. And we started developing it a little more, and it turned into this team.
Indeed. Now, I recall this isn't like the first version of this team, right? Like you had.
No.
Yeah, you had this version right here with the Raging
This
Bull.
was not it.
It wasn't
It
like
could have been better.
that bad.
We
It
were.
wasn't very
I wasn't
good.
actually around for this. I kind of came into the equation like not that much
You were
later,
like- it
but
was
like
like
a
2
week
days
after
later,
we had
yeah.
first started formatting. Yeah, a little bit under a
Honestly,
week after we
I think I
started
lost
formatting.
hope in this team after getting to this version. So
This
Yeah,
version
when we
was
got to
not
this
good.
version, we were actually about to drop the team.
The boat was about
Yeah.
to sink, and we were trying to save as many pieces of the team as we could. And yeah, we eventually.
I think like our original.
Our original team was really close, but we were booster flutter for some reason. No reason.
I see.
We were convinced we needed Sash.
CSR. We did not.
We did not need Sash CSR.
Yeah, and then I had a meeting with Joseph Ugarte, my coach, and Ian had a meeting with his coach, Azalite, and we ended with the final version of the team, which all three of us brought to Milwaukee.
I see.
And yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, we had that 6 for a while, and it was really just slight tweaks to things like EV spreads from there on.
it was like EVs,
Oh,
like
I
maybe
actually
a couple
remember.
moves
Yeah, a move here and there, like swapping Sunny Day for Fluttermane, which
for
thank God for that.
Thunderwave on
Yeah.
Fluttermane, which was so broken.
Greatest decision ever
I am
proposed
the
by me,
number
by the
one
way.
Thunder Waver.
Thunderwaver.
Yeah,
Thunderwaver.
Thunder Waver. Is that
Ian
right?
Larson,
Yeah.
professional Thunder Waver.
But yeah,
I
that's
guess
just like
Thunder
the
Waver would be correct.
that's how we came with the basis of it, because we thought hyper offense was gonna be really strong, and we thought like Koraidon was gonna be the best physical attacking restricted going into the event, and we I guess we were not wrong.
No, that is
Yeah,
true.
well,
I
we
remember.
won, so
Oh,
we
wait,
definitely
wait.
weren't wrong.
When we were building the team, I think I remember we were looking at the VR team that
Oh
got
yeah, with Whimsicott.
second with like Dozo.
Oh
and
no,
we
yeah.
were like, and it was like with
Chiyu and CSR,
the-
right?
CSR Geo Maridon. Like we originally started with
Sneasler?
Maridon, but then we moved on to Koraidon.
Koraidon,
No, we never
yeah.
used Sneasler.
It's like, yeah,
But then we
we
kind of were trying to combine. We were trying to think about like good teams in Reg V too, like because there was like the Koraidon
Bonnet.
spam with,
Yeah.
Crown.
And
It
this
didn't
team.
have Bonnet at the time.
Fun fact, yeah, this is just
Like-
Daniel Yu's team with a few tweaks and swap Iron Crown for CSR.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Yes.
I noticed between the two versions, there isn't like a lot of changes, right? Because like every Pokemon kind of changes the EV spreads, and then obviously
Oh yeah, 100%.
there's the huge switch between Raging Bolt to Flutter Mane.
And yeah.
How did that kind of like restore your confidence in the team?
Okay.
Well,
Fun fact.
I think we all agreed that that
yeah.
Bolt was not it. We just couldn't figure out what was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was a real situation if we just kind of threw things at the wall until something stuck. And we came up with this, and then after the second VR, we saw the team that was this, but with Whimsicott over Fluttermane, do well. And then we tried Fluttermane for a bit, and we didn't like it, so we tried Whimsicott for a bit, and didn't like it, so we went back to Fluttermane. And yeah, so the updated spreads are kind of a split between spreads that I mean, Sash Fluttermane's just like Sash spread, but
Right.
spreads that I made and that spreads the coaches
That
made.
Joe and Aslet made.
Joe
And
and Aslet
fun fact, like I had given up on the team going into my session with Joe, and he was like, "Oh, so funny that you mentioned you were building a CSR Koraidon team with your friends." It was like, because I just built somebody this for a prior coaching session, and it was the exact same 6 months.
I see.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, there's not tons of flexibility with this comp, so
True.
Yeah, what was that saying?
No, I see that though. Like this comp, it does seem very strong. I'm curious, where does the Brute Bonnet come in terms of your team building ideas?
he's the GOAT.
Yeah, Brute Bonnet is the centerpiece. Trust.
I see.
I believe I was the one who came up with Bonnet out of us.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
you
it
were the
was.
one. Yeah, it was you.
Because I remember I saw it like because it did well. Like Jamie Boyd got top 4, was it at like
At Stockholm,
whatever
right?
regional?
Yeah.
It was Stockholm, I think.
And I was like, and he was like kind of mentioning the calcs, and I'm like, why does this thing live like everything and just take it so easily?
Yeah,
And
I think
was
the
kind
one.
of like,
Oh, keep going.
maybe it's decent. I don't know. Let's
Yeah, I
give it a
think-
try.
I think the one scary calc we had before going into the event, like that Bonnet didn't live guaranteed no Terra, was like it was like sun boosted Koraidon Terra Fire Flare Blitz, which pretty much nothing lives that, and Terra Fairy Maraudon Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how like anything is living those, and they're weak to it. No Terra. I don't,
Exactly.
I can't think of anything that could live something like that. Let's see, because
Yeah, well, not as a super effective move.
We-
at
we
least.
have-
No.
we have these two, right? The Fluttermane, the Raging Bull, and then you guys mentioned the Whimsicott, of
And-
course. Was there
Yeah.
were there any other mons that you thought about the team, like Ursaluna or stuff like that, like a
Tornadus was on the team for a little bit, and it was pretty much the Whimsicott thing, but yeah, it was Tornadus was on the team for a
I
little
actually
bit.
don't think Torn was never on the team, right? He was always just
It was
conceptual.
Torn was on the team before you hopped on it.
I
Oh.
think we tried it for like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, and then like it was
I
always
don't
their
think we
Flutter
used
or
it,
Bolt.
and then I kind of dropped it. I think.
And then we, I don't know, like we just started running games with the new team again, and it felt really good, and it felt like, hey, maybe this team could do really good at the regional. And what do you know?
Yeah.
It did.
And what do you know? Yeah. So when I joined, I think we were on the 6 when I joined, and
Yeah.
it was really just fine tuning. I proposed a lot of small changes, like we were Sunny Day Fluttermane. I proposed Thunderwave. I actually proposed Taunt on Brute Bonnet, which did not go through, but that's fine. I also liked Psychic over Expanding Force on Calyrex, which I'm really glad we didn't switch
No!
as an anti-Zamazenta tech.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
Expanding Force helped so much, it's not even funny.
Helping Hand expanded kills everything, bro.
Yeah. And then it was mostly just the same thing until like a few days before when we got the Azulite spreads from Ian's
his coach.
coach.
Which made
Yeah,
it
so we
made
changed the
Koraidon.
Shadow Rider
Oh,
spread,
yeah.
we changed the Koraidon spread. And we also were like thinking about some last minute things, so we did end up changing Fluttermane's Terra from it was originally Fairy.
Yeah,
and
it was originally
became
Fairy.
normal.
And then
Chiyu was Ghost and became Fire along the way.
And Chiyu, like there was a couple, like I'm gonna mention like what the Azulite spreads did. Like Bonnet, we were originally 244 HP and 204 defense, and those were just swapped. And then Cali was, I think it was 244 SPA, and it was like very not bulky. We changed it to be bulky, and then now Koraidon is faster than max speed Zama. And Chiyu, now that we switched to Terra Fire, lives Surging Strikes and Sun from Max Ada Urshi.
Oh wow. Okay.
With no boosting item.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no boosting
it's
item.
it's some really nice calcs.
I see. So you guys came into this tournament with a very almost like methodical approach, right? Like you come in knowing everything, like everything that's gonna happen beforehand. So now it's just like how can you maneuver this team around it, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
exactly. Like this team, it's like it may look like the opposite, but like this team it's really like for a size spam team, it's very skill based. It's very like positioning based.
I see that getting in all of your threats correctly, because nothing on this team can really take a hit minus the Brute Bonnet and the Ndidi.
Yeah, the Ndidi, and then
Yeah.
Ndidi. Fun fact: at the event, it was a 1v1. It was a 40% HP Lunala versus my full HP Ndidi. Lunala was +1 SPA and Ndidi was +1 SPD. Lunala goes Moonblast into Ndidi and it does 20%. And I was like, what?
The Terra Water Ndidi, right?
No, it was Moonblast, so it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Oh, you said Moongeist speed.
No, it wasn't
No,
Moonblast.
he said Moonblast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ran it. It's like possible 5-hit KO. It's
Possible 5-hit is nuts from +1 Lunala.
That is actually wait.
And my CSR on day 1, it lived sun boosted Ogerpon Hearthflame Ivy Cudgel from 70%. Which is
okay,
not.
In all fairness,
Wow.
here's the context. It was 0 attack Ogerpon.
It wasn't
It was
0 attack
it was like
IVs.
0 attack Gale.
It was 0. It wasn't 0 attack IVs. It was 0 attack EVs. But yeah, it was no
EVs.
attack investment.
Yeah.
It was no
but
attack
still,
investment.
that's
It was
sun
super cool.
boosted from Ogerpon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
While I'm at 70%.
Yeah, so the bulk definitely came in clutch. The bulk has some nice lives like Mystic Water Surging Strikes, which I'm not sure ever came into play.
Banned Tread Steel Roller, which came to play in my top 16 set and cut.
Yeah, that's a good calc. It actually lives like almost all the time. Koraidon Flare Blitz if no Terra, if there's no Terra Fire.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
And then the Ndidi's got that. Normally it's just max 4 special defense, but I actually found this set. This is the set I brought to Atlanta, and this lives Draco and Drift on terrain for Miraidon.
Nasty.
Jeez. Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, and then the Bonnet's living Mirai
Bro.
Draco off of terrain.
We have everything. We have every calc memorized. Jeez.
Yeah, how do you think we won this thing?
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of winning this thing, let's go over to your guys' tournament runs. How did you all do? How did this team play out for you in these tournaments?
Well, I finished.
That's
I'll go first. I'll go first because I finished the worst out of us 3. I started 1-2, and I won 4 straight sets on day 1 to make it to cut.
There's the comeback magician.
I know. I start 1-2, blink, I'm in cut. Yeah. I played Dozo. I played the Dozo Mirai CSR team. Round 4, and I played Hard Tricker round 6. And then I was an idiot and I astraled in front of wide guard because I thought he wasn't gonna wide guard round 7, and he didn't wide guard and I just won on the spot.
Yeah,
It was
I remember that.
definitely interesting. Yeah, it was stopping Tantrum Amoongus, by the way.
Wait, what? Where?
It was stopping Amoongus. Yeah.
That's interesting.
No, it's tech,
Tech,
trust.
Yeah. And then I made cut, but I had to play since my resistance was under 50%. I had to play top 16 set against Crispy, who had 0 matchup. Like he had no matchup into Terradark Plot Calyrex at all. Like,
Yeah, you can't Thunderwave it, and it's faster than everything except for treads.
which he
So,
didn't bring.
Just loses. Yeah. Not that it would have mattered that much, realistically.
But yeah, I played very well. I made a bunch of good reads. Like I'd say, we went to lunch earlier in the day. I was like, hey guys, you got to make cut for me. And I don't remember who said it. He was like, don't worry, you'll make cut, trust. And I did make cut.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
like,
be proud.
I was down in game 2 when I lost game 1 of round 4. I was down in game 2, and then I just never looked back. I never dropped a game from that point on day one.
That is incredible. I love to hear that.
He's just good like that, I guess.
Again,
I'm the GOAT.
Comeback artist. All right, Declan.
3 events in a row.
I guess I'll
Declan.
talk about my run next. So, round 1, I won. Definitely
tell him
a
about
lot of
Talon.
ride-ons in the field really
Tell
made
him
me
about Talon.
not regret the expansion.
Wait,
force.
Declan, tell Zion about the Talon matchup that we totally have.
Oh, okay. So, so my round 2 was this guy named Talon.
Alright,
and
we have no.
he is hard counter teaming us. If you look at his team, he is double guard Rain.
Oh
with
wow.
Umbreon. So CSR is like does nothing, and neither does Koraidon.
It's Terra Ghost
Because
Blast
he's
Scarf
Terra
Landorus.
Bug Sama, so
Terra Ghost Blast Scarf Landorus.
yeah.
Wow.
So I lost that. Yeah, that unsurprisingly, I did not win that.
No, really?
That looks very difficult. Oh my.
Terra Steel Amogus is crazy.
Yeah, so we were very glad that Chris P beat him in his win-in because if we would not have beat him, he
Oh
probably
no,
would've won
it wasn't Crispy. It was Leo. It was
no,
Liam.
yeah, it was
Liam.
who I played my top 8 against. Yeah, and then I lost to
He up paired into Sam.
yeah, I up-paired into Sam, and it was actually really close. It all came down to an Icy Wind roll in game 3, and I did not get that.
Enrolled Icy Wind.
Dang.
It was 12 HP Kyogre. The roll was like 9 to 21 damage. He took 10 damage.
I
So
mean,
that was that happened.
you should be no stranger to that, Declan. I know you to get decently unlucky sometimes.
Decently.
NAIC
let's
top
go
4.
with that.
NAIC top 4.
Yeah, and then I beat
Talk
other
about Leland.
Sam.
Talk about the Leland.
Okay, so Leland, I'm pretty sure I used Psychic IRL on him because I started doing emotes at my Switch, and then I crit his Ho-Oh with Helping Hand Expanding Force, sealing
I
game
can
1.
confirm. I was
Okay.
sitting next
Bro,
to him.
he was like,
I
he
look
put-
over and I see him like casting a spell.
Wait, his right hand,
Psychic IRL.
like his right hand, or like
I'm
his
in the
right,
middle
like
of an intense game.
his right hand was on his temple, and then his left, like middle and index fingers were like swirling around his Switch, and Leland was looking so confused until his Ho-Oh got crit.
Oh my
I
gosh.
straight up just said to him, outplayed.
And
So yeah, and then I won game 2 with good play. So that got me into cut. And then
Cut.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, his matchup was not the greatest.
Liam's
Let's
matchup was
say
not
that.
good at all.
It's not good. He is
yeah.
Terapagos, and I'm Koraidon. He played really well, but I just had the better matchup, and I also played pretty well, so I 2-0'd him.
Yeah.
And then I played Kevin, and I didn't think I was gonna win that, and big shocker, I didn't win that. Lost game 1 handily. I won game 2 by some miracle of God, because he made a big misplay.
Oh yeah, wait.
And
Zion.
it's,
Oh,
yeah.
that's alright. Keep going.
It's game 3, and I'm like, okay, he's not gonna lead the same lead. If I lead the same lead, he leads the same lead, I'm probably not gonna win again, because he only lost because he misplayed. So, I need to lead a different lead, to hard counter lead his counter lead. And he just leads the same thing, I just lose. I'm basically lost on the spot. So then I try to read the wide guard trick room, and I click plot trick room, and he wide guards and glacials, and I just lose on the spot.
Oh
It's just
my.
all over, so
yeah,
I completely bombed game 3. but
Zion,
yeah.
fun fact, Kevin played all 3 of us sequentially in cut. He played me top 8, Declan top 4, and then Ian in finals.
Oh,
yeah,
I
and then he also
see.
played Ian and Swiss.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, that's
too.
true. He played our like full group. All
Yeah,
like,
because he played
4
Sam.
people back
He
to
played
back.
Sam round 7 in Swiss.
Yeah.
He helped
He
us.
played
Sam
Sam,
helped us with our
Francesco,
Kyogre matchup.
me, and then Ian. So he.
Yeah, and then finally the champion of the event, back to back event winner.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we get the full story? Here we
Get
go.
the full story.
Whole
round,
scoop.
round 1.
Oh yeah, round 1. It was an interesting team. It was the mirror kind of.
The mirror kind of. Wide lens Chiyu is so crazy.
There were some unique choices.
Hey, this. Hey, this.
Wide lens. I support Fire Blast.
I should have lost game
Psychic
1 just 'cause I was, like,
Chiyu!
not lost
No,
game.
no. Psychic is real.
Also,
or
I
she's
just don't know
red.
my psychic Ryu calcs. So like Bonnet died sooner than I was expecting it to.
Yeah, didn't you like Terra Water and Psychic GU picked up?
It picked up from like half, yeah. I didn't
Oh
know
wait,
how
wait.
to.
Tell him about the round 2 against Kevin, where me and Declan were
Oh,
watching on,
round
and
two
our
against
our
Kevin.
jaws were on the floor.
Okay, like the first 2 games were just like, I don't know, pretty standard game. Those were a lot less memorable to me than the
Then the
game
third
three.
game.
So we get to an end game. It's Calyrex Ice Rider at +3 attack,
Plus
+2
2 defense.
at like 60 HP.
It was like
it's
it was
Terrafire.
45%, yeah, right? Yeah, it was
I
like
think it was a little higher at the beginning, but and
yeah.
then I have Flutter Mane at Sash. I have like Terrafire Koraidon at half.
At, like,
so,
40%.
Glacial Lance. So and then
Oh yeah, we're in you're
I
in Trick Room,
have
right?
CSR.
You're in Trick Room, right?
Well, I wasn't immediately in Trick Room. And then I had CSR in the back, so I had to para the Calyrex Ice Rider, and just like hope I could get some amount of paras, while clicking like Collision Course and Moonblast that does like nothing,
Oh,
and then
so
it like barely survived, but it still got full paired one more time.
the
But
most
he
the
just
most
basically
mem-
had to always have Trick Room up. So like he got parried one of the turns of Trick Room, so he just had to reverse his own Trick Room
and to set it back up.
again. Because he always
Okay.
just needed Trick Room up for CSR, but he
Mhm.
didn't get. He got
Most
full
mem-
parried a few too many times.
I
Most
see.
memorable part of the thing was he tries to set Trick Room again when it goes down, gets fully parried, sets the Trick Room up, Ian double protects. Next turn Ian double fails and he gets fully parried. Ian double protects, he reverses his own Trick Room. Ian goes Moonblast Collision Course. Me and Declan from the sideline think CIR dies. Declan turns around, starts pumping his fists. I go, Declan, Ice Rider lived, and then I start laughing, and the judges look at me and I say, Declan, he lived just to get fully parried again.
Wow, what an eventful little game we got there.
I was like shaking. It was like.
And then
Also,
round
wait,
3.
actually, funny little backstory actually for Kevin. I should probably give a little backstory. So I sit down at the table. Of course, a little upset that I'm playing Kevin round 2, a little sooner than I would like to play, like a
a little
world
sooner than I'd
champion
like
or
to play
whatever.
him.
And I turn to Declan, who's sitting next to me, and I'm like, if there's a Valiant on this team, I might cry. And then I load up the game. And I
As we
see a
can
Valiant.
see,
I'm like, no.
What do you know?
Because Valiant
No,
had
even-
been something
the even
I'd played
funnier
on ladder
part
like
is I was
2 or
matched
3
up in a
times.
Talon, and I turn and look at him, and I'm like, what is this? And he just shakes his head.
And then you played Josh. Wait, wasn't that an eventful set also? Didn't he like miss T-Wave?
Yeah, he missed T-Wave in game 3. I played honestly not that great throughout the set. It wasn't terrible, but
I wrapped up my
the
game.
game 2 I
My
kinda didn't play that well.
I lost to Lincoln Moses really fast in round 3. So I walk over to Ian's set, I watch him play, and Ian gets a double protect. Like, it's a simple double protect. Josh pumps his fist in the air, like, looks really pissed. And I'm like, dude, it's just a double protect. Calm down. And he's just so mad. I'm like, dude, it's one double protect. Chill. And then he misses T-Wave.
no, getting unlucky.
Yeah, and he
So
missed
hard.
T-Wave.
I definitely understand getting unlucky and being upset about it. That
Mm.
especially like
Yeah.
at something like this.
And then wait, your matchup when
But
you were your round 4.
And
Wait,
the
what was
next
it against?
round I played into the same team, but just a small little difference. It's like there's a certain mon that's like a little different.
So yeah, for the audience at home,
uh,
this is not an ogre pawn actually.
This is not an ogre pawn.
It is true. It is not an ogre pawn. It's. I mean, Scarf Transform. I assume
That is not a
for
Volcarona.
Side Transform was Zamazenta.
Side transform into the
Side
Ditto.
Transform into the Zamazenta, and then you get +2 defense. Like I guess.
My thing about this guy is, like, I know he's running E-Terrain, but if you want to run Scarf Smeargle, A, don't run Rhydon, and B, run Spore. Like, run Side Terrain and Spore.
Also,
Star Smeargle Sports.
Double Transform is kind of heat. I can't lie.
Bro was cooking. Wait, did Clover start 2-0?
Yeah, he started 2-0 and then
What?
lost every other game, which is unfortunate.
This
Oh
is
no,
not
he
true.
lost to Crispy
We
round
played
1.
against.
Oh wait, you down pair. I forgot you
Oh.
down paired Ian.
Oh, I
round
did
4.
down pair. Right. I forgot about that.
That is a team. And then round 5 you
Yeah.
played
And then the next one I played
yeah,
against.
Liam, which is the same thing. No matchup zone.
Yeah.
Absolutely no matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a second to figure it out, but then once I figured it out, it was kind of just like it wasn't that difficult. But Bonnet actually just lived 'cause, it was with item like unboosted acrobatics into
Because he didn't use booster. Because
single target Terra Starstorm did not kill Bonnet, and he was a little surprised by that. But I remember that happened game 1. I think
yeah,
that's
because
what won me game 1. if I recall
the no
correctly.
item consumption into no double power acrobatics is clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the team is named, in Bonnet we trust.
He said it in the interview. In Bonnet we trust.
In
Indeed.
Bonnet
Yeah.
we trust.
And then
And it was so poetic because Bonnet used Sucker Punch in the game too against
Of the
Kevin and
finals.
got the final kill on the
This
Miraidon.
is the
Final
game
kill
against
of the
Sam.
original.
We're both undefeated. But
Both
it was-
5-0.
yeah, we're both
Sam cooked
5-0. I kind of knew this matchup is not great, and I led wrong both games. Like I predicted the lead wrong both games. I just got destroyed. There's not really anything else to say. Like it was not even slightly close.
No.
Like
Sam's a really
I think
really
I
skilled
don't
player.
remember exactly what he read.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is
First
Sam's first
regional,
regional,
though.
right? Yeah, he got third, like me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Or yeah, that's actually so true. Yeah, and then you played
And then
Julian.
the
round
next one,
7.
the one who I played twice in a row.
This guy had. I don't know how this guy was 4-1 at the time.
Another rain team. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah, It was.
But he won.
Whimsicott
But you
over
won
the
this
point.
time. And Whimsicott doesn't get rain dance,
Yeah.
so like it's free.
Yeah, Whimsicott doesn't get rain dance, which was kind of the main problem with Kyogre and like swordfish teams in general.
It was Tornadus.
That-
It wasn't Kyogre.
I
It was
learned
Tornadus.
I learned that the line is just help a hand expanding force, and I win, like instantly.
Can we note
Because I
that
can
this
always
guy
just
has,
switch in Koraidon if he leads Kyogre.
Can we
'Cause
note
he just
that
has
this?
no
Oh wait.
counterplay to that.
Can we note that this guy has 4 water types? If he has 4 water types, including Terras. It's
Terra
Kyogre, Wellspring, Farrig, and
Dude.
Rillaboom.
You clearly weren't playing in Reg D when like most teams were running like at least 3 Terra Waters.
I remember that, the good old days, because it was 3 Terra Waters and Urshifu in like bundle.
Oh yeah, and then you got to
Yeah.
buy, and then you got to buy while I destroyed Crispy.
Yep.
Didn't everyone get a buy this
Well, I
round
still have to
except for
play-
you?
I still have to
No,
play
I
during
got.
that
I didn't.
time,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't get a buy.
How did
I
that
didn't get a
work?
buy.
No,
Me and
no.
Crispy didn't get a buy because we had to play top 16 Swiss
I see.
or
Yeah.
cut top 16 cut.
And then I played against
The same guy.
Sam again.
But this time you won.
Which is like again not like a great.
Oh wait, yeah, you
matchup
played
for
Julian.
me.
You played Julian top 8, and then you played Sam again.
Yeah. And I just kind of did the same thing. It was.
And then against Sam.
Um,
Explain
I
the
played
Sam
against
line.
Sam. So the plan was lead Fluttermane, Bonnet, and then CSR, and what was the other? Wait,
It was Chiyu, right? No, it was Ndidi. It was
No.
Ndidi.
Indeedy. I was like blanking on what the other mon was. So no Koraidon, because like, I just kind of it didn't really do anything. And he also didn't expect me to not bring Koraidon. This was a tip given to me by Declan, by the way. that I
Declan
just, like,
Goat.
don't have to bring Koraidon.
I currently think Declan's
Great
blacked
tip.
out
Is
though.
he? Yeah,
Yeah, he is unlucky.
we'll worry about that later.
Don't worry about blacked out Declan a little bit.
Okay, but yeah, I basically, honestly, throughout this top cut, I made a lot of really good reads. Like I read turn ones, like when Miraidon would switch in,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, it came down to like a game 3.
Oh,
Like-
this is great.
I had to beat Terra Dark Torn with CSR, which is like not great.
How many Astrals did it take?
But
3, right?
Well, I nasty plotted, and then I had to Thunderwave the Kyogre that was out at the time because I had no other way to beat the Kyogre. I had to just hope.
And then what happened
It
on the
worked,
last turn?
and I got the one.
What-
I got the
what
one
happened-
full para I needed.
What happened on the last
I
turn,
got the
Ian?
one full para I needed.
What happened on the last turn?
Of this one? Oh.
Yeah, like
It is-
did you? It was Sam explained this to me. It was CSR in range of an Origin Pulse, and then paralyzed Kyogre at
Oh,
like
that?
full HP.
That was the last turn.
Or
It was
whatever,
the
second to last
real
turn. Last real turn, whatever. And so so
Yeah.
Sam has to break through not get
It
full
was-
parried and not Origin miss, and he got full parried.
Yeah, and I
Ian
just
won.
like helping hand Astral and just like kind of parade because it was Terra Dark Torn at like full, and into my, and also Kyogre at full. I think it was at full. Maybe not. Actually, might have been
Again,
a
with
little
the
bit.
trusting in Bonnet, the odds were in your favor this time around.
Exactly.
And then the finals,
And
which
it worked.
the finals was the
And the
most scuffed
finals?
set I've ever watched.
That was a set. So again, this matchup's like
Not good.
Really not good. Like Ice Rider plus Valiant lead just kind of destroys us. Like there isn't like a really great reliable answer to it. Like looking back, Thunderwave Fluttermane may have been like one of the better lines into this. Is just like get full paras.
All right, cool. You guys can hear me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
So
and then so what I did is I led CSR
Bonnet.
Bonnet despite it being a Miraidon team. And I had to call correctly if like the Miraidon was gonna switch in or not, call correctly if it like the Valiant would wide guard. I got it right like both games. I think game one he switched in Miraidon.
yeah, you switched to
CIR.
Miraidon for CIR, and you
And
you
I
forced
doubled
the C-bomb.
into the
The
I
Valiant.
doubled into the Valiant.
All right, good stuff.
And then I think I made it like an overplay later because I had the electric train gone and I really thought he would like volt switch, which I shouldn't have really predicted looking back. And it just Draco meteored out of train again, and it just didn't kill.
Getting killed the Bonnet.
And Kevin actually asked me how does it live that, and I'm just like, yeah, Bonnet's just like that.
Bonnet's the goat.
Bonnet is
Bonnet's
just like
just
that. They're just like that.
The E-Force crit was
He's
crazy
just
too.
that good. And then so I was in a position where because it was like Terra Fire Ice Rider at like full.
Full,
and
it was full.
I had to helping hand Expanding Force, and if it didn't crit, I lost on the spot, but I did crit, so
Whoop-de-doo.
I did not
boom.
lose on the spot.
Knocked out both the restricteds on one turn.
Yup.
I'd say that's pretty fortunate,
then-
actually.
It's a little fortunate.
Kevin, and then I gotta add something real quick. Kevin led Iron Valiant Ice Rider into the 7 games he played against me, Ian, and Declan back to back to back.
Wow.
Like the same leads and the same backs. He had Mariah
It's
hands
just
back.
like there's just no better line. Like there's no change up.
Yeah, what does
But,
Instant
like,
do
I
to
feel
these
like-
guys?
Better.
Incident Freak do
It's
nothing.
so
Yeah.
safe. It's just so safe. Like always.
My funny thing is, like, I compared it to like the meme where it's like SpongeBob and it's Squidward doing the same day over and over again. I'm like, yeah, that's Kevin playing against us in cut.
Yeah. I also went with like the same Mon game too, but instead I called that he wouldn't switch out. So I like
You sport
I think
that.
I scored and I don't.
scored
I think I
and-
switched. I think I switched.
Was this the turn? Yeah, no, you sport and you switched, and then you switched back in later and then you plotted in front of wide guard.
Yeah, and then I had to plot in front of a wide guard. It was like wide guard and trick room because I'm in psychic terrain at the time, and I'm pretty sure the Valiant is chipped from Sash or something.
It was
so
I
like,
think it was
it.
I thought it was chipped from Seed Bomb. I'm pretty sure.
It chipped somehow. So I have to like kill it. I have Bonnet in at like. So I've already made this one call to like plot, which like wasn't that difficult of a call to be honest, because it's like pretty safe for him to just wide guard. But yeah, now I have like Bonnet at like 20-30%, somewhere around there. But like to the point where it could live a Glacial Lance if I Terra Watered, like probably. And so because he had hands out then, I think, or something like that. And it was kind
he
of
had hands
weird
out.
because I don't think I had terrain up.
No,
So
it
I
was
had
it was the first turn of side terrain, or no, it was the first turn of side terrain being down. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I had to make the call that because if he doubles into my CSR and I don't Rage Powder, I just lose. But I thought that he would predict the Terra Water, and so I switched in DD and Expanding Force, and got both
Everything
KOs.
right.
And then
It was pretty much over.
And then
from there.
I chipped, and then it was over from there because he only had one wand left. And I chipped Miraidon. I did like 80% to it, I think, with like
80% is some good shit.
And then
with collision, yeah, and then Bonnet
well,
picked
it
up
was
the KO.
chip all for Bonnet to KO with Sucker Punch.
In Bonnet, we trust.
In Bonnet, we trust.
And like the one thing I was watching, like when I was watching the set, Ian not Terra Watering was always the right play because he had Koraidon on the back and Kevin had Miraidon on the back, and he could just lock into Dazzling and win. So like if you didn't Terra Fire, I think you may have lost, or if you Terra Water there, you obviously would have lost even if you didn't read it though.
Yeah.
It's you have to get like literally, we don't stress this enough, you have to get everything right for this matchup. It's like it's not Talon bad of a matchup because we literally cannot beat Talon's team ever.
Yeah.
Unless Talon just dies while he's playing, like he has a heart attack and dies. Like that's the only way I see us beating Talon.
It's true.
It's abysmal. And thank God only Declan played him one time. We sacrificed Declan to the Talon monster.
Rest in pieces.
Literally
Yeah,
was in
Still
pieces.
alive.
Yeah, hi.
He
But
can rest. Declan can rest from the dire claw sleep. Rest in peace.
the Dire Claw sleep. Bonnet went crazy this tournament. Or like we didn't even bring it that. I think day
In the
one
beginning.
at the break, none of us had brought Bonnet to a single game.
Oh dear.
Like
I
at
think I
lunch
did
break.
like once, and I lost that game and I don't know why I brought Bonnet. It was like the first. It was the first game of the
day,
tournament. And I
tournament.
was just throwing.
No, that's true. I think we only brought Bonnet to the Kevin matchup and the Kyogre matches. I think
And
that's
the
all
Leah
no, I
matchup.
brought
And no,
it-
and the Leah matchup.
Yeah, and Leon.
Oh yeah, and I brought it to my Tropicos
Well,
CSR
it was
matchup.
like everyone I played. Most people we played against were on.
Right
Yeah,
on.
there's just too many
Which kinda made it
Miraidons for Bonnet
awkward.
to shine.
That's
but
fair.
And
it
then,
had its moment.
I brought it against HGR round 6, and it Lunala, and it kind of cooked Lunala by putting it to sleep. It was like I put it to sleep like turn 1. He meteor beams my Karai, predicting me to Terra Fire. Right, I Terra Fire, it KOs my Karai, and then I spore the Lunala. He doesn't get Trick Room up, and I just like Astral in his face, and he just dies.
I see. Yeah. This team does seem very weak to like if you don't get Trick 'em up, it's just kind of shake my hand.
Protect
No,
P2.
Oh, that's
recover
fair.
P2.
That's fair. Actually, protect. us.
Hariyama. Oh yeah. In turn 1, I predict him not to fake out with Hariyama, which you always do, by the way, and he still didn't do it. I led Karai Bonnet. He didn't fake out. I think he clicked. Yeah, he clicked Wide Guard with Hariyama. In fear of what? I led Bonnet Karai.
He thought you were gonna make Flare Blitz a spread move.
Yeah, double Flare Blitz.
That'd be actually.
Bonnet was just so
interesting
wide.
mechanic.
Bonnet was just
Well,
so wide. He thought he could protect against it.
Yeah, Chiyu flinched the CI, and then game 2, he leads CIR Hariyama. I lead DD Chiyu, and turn 1 he protects CIR and taunts my DD so I can't reverse Trick Room, and I double into CSR with not CSR, CIR with Dark Pulse and Psychic with DD and Chiyu, and he protects, so they both get blocked by the protect, and I'm like, okay, I lose. Okay, good game. Going to game 3. So he Terras CIR, which I obviously knew he was gonna do, and I Dark Pulse the CIR and I Psychic the Hariyama. Psychic does 65% to Hariyama. I click Dark Pulse and anticipate and anxiously wait to see if the CIR flinches or not. The CIR flinches, and I'm like, okay, I'm in a really good spot, but I don't know if Dark Pulse and Psychic double up KO's CIR from 60%. And then she was like, don't worry, I got you, boss. KO's the CIR with crit. With crit Dark Pulse, Psychic redirects into Hariyama, kills it, and then I just win on the spot. And bro goes, the hacks is so crazy, and I'm like, yes, it is.
The hacks is so crazy. Yes, when you're on the High Roll podcast, your hacks is
You gotta
always
get the hacks.
I was high rolling a little bit this tournament.
Low key, I don't think we ever got high rolled. I think we were the ones doing the high rolling.
Indeed, yes. I mean, hey, that's what we're here for, right?
In Bonnet we trust.
Indeed.
Yeah,
We trust, yes.
Yeah, and I'm honored to be co-hosting the High Roll podcast from now on. I said this in the last episode I was in. I'm down to talk about VGC whenever. Like I'm way too obsessed with it. I'm borderline it's borderline not okay.
Thank you so much to Francesco for co-hosting with me, and thank you to, of course, Declan and Ian for sharing your incredible team and the stories behind it.
Great place to wrap up. This has been great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great way.
Declan hijacks the show.
All right.
Yeah, this is mine now,
All
actually.
right. Thank you all to the audience very much for watching up until this point. And with that being said, goodbye and
Nah, they're all gone.
good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.